This crowd was treated to 2 perfect 10s. Congratulations to the LSU Tigers, the SEC regular season champs.
The Fighting Tigers go on the road to T-Town and come away with a huge W in the SEC. We'll have all of the highlights coming up for you in just a moment. We'll also have a sit-down chat with Ruby Harold and Sarah Finnegan, 2 Tigers that took Tuscaloosa by storm. And then we'll take a look around the corner to Friday Night Heights in the Maravich Center. LSU, NC State, be there. All of it coming up right now inside LSU Gymnastics.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is brought to you each week by Woman's Hospital. When experience matters, choose Woman's Hospital. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers! And Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it. Call David today to get pre-approved. 225-921-8152. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Television Network.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome inside LSU Gymnastics. Along with LSU head coach Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith. Once again from the beautiful LSU Gymnastics Training Center on the LSU campus in Baton Rouge. Spring is right around the corner. That means azaleas, and it means that LSU Gymnastics has turned a significant corner and is really primed and ready for the meat of this season. It was to Coleman Coliseum, your Fighting Tigers against the Crimson Tide of the University of Alabama this past Friday. We have all of the highlights coming up, but let me bring in LSU head coach Dee Bro. Dee, it was a tremendous opportunity for you to go on the road after having a big meet in the Maravich Center of 2 Fridays back.
Right.
This one was an awesome opportunity in front of a nice large crowd, but the Tigers walked into the building and just owned the palace.
Well, you know, Friday Night Heights, there's so much excitement around what happens on Fridays around the country, but especially in the SEC. But I'm telling you, there's so much parity and so many good teams. It's any given night, anybody's night.
It was indeed. And to the highlights, as always, brought to you by TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. As the visiting Tigers onto the uneven bars, and I know that's an area where you're looking to just continue the consistency that we've seen through the first part of the season.
Well, you know, we talk about polishing the rock every week, trying to get just that little bit better. You can't fix a lot of things at the same time in this sport, but you can fix one thing. You can make one thing better so that each week you see a modicum of improvement. And I think that's what we saw. Sammy started us off, and fabulous job. From start to finish, her routine was as good as she's done all season long, and then stuck that dismount. So it was a great way to start.
Well, Dee, what a terrific night that Ruby Harold had for the Fighting Tigers. Perhaps one of the best meets as a Fighting Tiger in her career, and it started on the uneven bars at Alabama.
Strong routine. You know, she opens with, you know, that heck mount over that low bar and then does the slutering and just nailed it. From then on, she was in total control of that bar routine.
She was, and really set the stage really for the final 3 in the lineup that are just superb in all the country.
They brought it home. You know, when you follow up Kidney Edney with a beautiful bar routine that goes a 9-9, and then Lexi Priestman, you know, here you got somebody that hits beautiful handstands, and she was sick. She did not feel well. We were fortunate to get a great performance out of her.
Just guts.
Yeah,
total
just guts and glory. And then, you know, here we have our anchor, Sarah Finnegan, and she did it and did it really well. And I'm going to say right now, Kennedy Edney and Sarah Finnegan the 1-2 punch that they brought us all night long was great.
And we're going to see more of that,
Yep.
especially as you switch over to vaulting. And it was an opportunity, as you said, Lexi with the illness comes out of the
Yeah.
vaulting lineup. You have a chance to go in the 6th spot with Bailey Ferrer, who we'll
Yeah.
talk about momentarily. But right out of the gate, Sarah Finnegan lets that Yurchenko full fly.
Well, and it's so big, and she flares it when it's done, and she nailed it. And then you have that signature Finnegan arm rolling, screaming, running back down the runway, and they brought the momentum that they started. They brought the momentum with them and completed that lineup. It was fabulous, and we inserted Juliana into that 3rd spot. Beautiful vault, another stuck landing. And then, you know, McKenna Kelly, this is a new vault. It's a pike with a half. It's a really difficult vault. It's a 10-0 start value. She vaulted it last week, and it's getting better because she's getting more comfortable. A lot of confidence with that. Kennedy Edney, big vault. But I'm telling you, Bailey Ferrer, when we were able to put Bailey in, we put her in last. This is a 10-0 vault, and we wanted very badly to give her some competitive experience in a high-pressure situation, and she rose to the occasion.
And such beautiful distance on that vault as well.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better.
And at the halfway point of the meet, it's the Tigers and the Tide in Coleman Coliseum. LSU with a significant lead. When we come back after this timeout, the second half highlights from Coleman Coliseum right after this timeout.
When you're expecting, you have expectations. But what if there was more? What if your caregivers were your teachers and your cheerleaders, and they helped you plan and prepare so you can have a voice in your care? This is the experience of a lifetime, and experience matters. Your experience starts with the Pregnancy Navigator at Women's Hospital.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough, and maybe tonight you'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain, maybe you'll shine, or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way homebuyers prefer it.
We're back inside LSU Gymnastics, the LSU Training Center here on the campus of LSU. Come by for a visit if you're in town someday. You will not regret it. Dee Dee, the second half of LSU versus Alabama, you had an opportunity to kind of pull your team together and give a little extra motivation in there because you sensed that something special could happen.
Well, you know, we talked about momentum and keep the momentum, and we had been in somebody else's house and they took the momentum from us and we never got it back. And it's our choice to go in there and be the team that leaves happy. And I think we did.
Well, I was going to say, and who better than to have Ruby Harold, the junior from Bristol, England, step up as your first on floor exercise in the third rotation.
You know, and as a junior, she really hasn't competed, didn't have the opportunity to compete that much on floor, and so she is relishing this opportunity and every chance she gets to go out there. But just look at the excitement and the enthusiasm that she has every time she's out there.
And it showed, and she put on a brilliant performance, to use a Ruby word, in the Alabama meet. But you know, you had an opportunity to make a few tweaks in the lineup, and it was good to have some options on the road.
Right. You know, we had a choice with Juliana and Christina Desiderio, and we pulled out Sarah Edwards, pulled out Lexi Priestman. We had to take Reagan Campbell out. She tweaked her ankle. So, you know, all of a sudden, you know, I did not want to put Bailey back in, so we went with our experienced gymnasts, Juliana and Christina. It was the opportunity for them to get out there in this pressure situation. But then you take your last three people, Kennedy Edney, best performance we've had from her thus far on floor. Sarah Finnegan, the usual great routine that she gave us, and 995. I mean, it was a fabulous routine.
Won the floor exercise.
And McKenna Kelly brought it home with a 9875, which is what we need. We need her to grow in that last spot because there's so much enthusiasm and excitement about her being back in the lineup.
You know, I thought, Dee Dee, that floor exercise was the moment where on the road you laid down the marker and said, the Tigers are going to win this meet, and we're going to go to balance beam, and we're going to slam the door. And that's exactly what happened. Your beam team was superb.
Right, and we were excited because the kids went to that event. They took command. They were very, very coachable. They wanted to be in the moment. They stayed in the purple zone. Our first person up, Christina Desiderio, solid, very mature, gets up there, does the routine we needed her to do. Bridget Dean, here again, beautiful routine, big skills, big difficulty. Did what we needed her to do.
Sure.
And, you know, I want to talk about the whole beam lineup because it was a group effort. They added to each person's performance. Sammy Durrani gets up, another sophomore with no beam experience, same as Bridget, and gets up, stays on the beam, very, very controlled, very mature in her presentation. Then Kennedy Edney, 9925.
Wow.
Best beam routine I think she's done. And, you know, here again, it's getting better and better each week. Reagan Campbell wasn't in floor because she tweaked her ankle, but I needed her to be able to stay strong
on
and give us the beam routine that she always does. And just look how beautiful. I mean, there's perfect rhythm in this routine. Her execution is beautiful, and got excited on the dismount. And, you know, but I'm telling you what, when you get a 9875 on beam, you're doing something.
And that actually clinched the meet for the Tigers and left Sarah Finnegan.
Left Sarah Finnegan competing for the all-around.
That's exactly right. And Finney does what Finney does. And brings it home for the Fighting Tigers with a huge 197.45 score on the road. An amazing victory, the 9th in a row over the Crimson Tide. And Dee Dee, that leads us to our exceptional performance of the week. You know, probably an honorable mention, I think, to Ruby Harold. Had probably arguably her best meet as a member of the Fighting Tigers. But how about Kennedy Edney, where she's just taken her game up another notch?
Well, she brought her game up to Sarah Finnegan's level, which is a pretty high level. They tied in the all-around. So I know you want to give that exceptional performance to Sarah Finnegan because it's so beautiful. But Kennedy Edney stepped it up a notch with a whole lot of difficulty.
Well, let's give it to, how about Kennedy Edney then?
All right.
Kennedy Edney will be our exceptional performance of the week, brought to you by Women's Hospital. When you need experience and experience matters, choose Women's. Well, Dee Dee, it was a tremendous meet at the University of Alabama. You guys just walked out of the arena with a road victory, which are difficult to come by in the Southeastern Conference, and there's so much to look forward to. Can you believe the regular season, 1/3 of the way over as of this past week?
No, it just goes so fast.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So when we come back after this timeout, we'll take a look ahead, and we'll also have a great feature coming up for you that you will not want to miss inside LSU Gymnastics.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in-store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. David specializes in helping first-time home buyers, offering conventional FHA, VA, RD construction, and jumbo loans. David takes the hassle out of getting a home loan while making you feel right at home. Lending the way you like it. Call David today at 921-8152. That's 921-8152. David Alello with Assurance Financial.
When company comes to town,
company's coming!
We go all out. All you gotta do is get down here and visit Baton Rouge.
The 2019 SEC Gymnastics Championship is headed to New Orleans, Louisiana on Saturday, March 23rd, where the elite student athletes in the country will compete for the SEC Gymnastics Championship title. We'll see you in the Big Easy at Smoothie King Center on March 23rd. For more information and to purchase your tickets, visit secsports.com. SEC Gymnastics, it just means more.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough. And maybe tonight he'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe you'll shine. Or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by TJ Ribs. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue.
This week's feature brought to you by Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a teammate of the Fighting Tigers. Dow says, "Go Tigers." And Dee Dee, speaking of Go Tigers, it's time to get back in the Maravich Center. On Friday night, we'll take on the Wolfpack of North Carolina State, coming from the East Coast, a team that we have seen plenty of in the last few years, a team that is growing in its gymnastics, and I know we'll be bringing their A game against the Fighting Tigers. Some of the key points that you're looking for.
You know, we talk about consistency. We talk about putting one more layer of excellence on top of what we're doing and polishing the rock. And you've got to continue to you want to get that much better each week. You're not going to make quantum leaps when you're scoring these kind of scores. You want little things to get a little bit better so that the whole picture gets better. And I think these kids are painting a pretty canvas for themselves right now.
Well, we mentioned the regular season, about 1/3 of the way over.
Yeah.
We have an opportunity to sit down with two of the key members of the Fighting Tigers, Ruby Harold and Sarah Finnegan, to talk about where they've been and where they would like to see the Fighting Tigers end up here in the 2019 season.
After their third win in a row in Tuscaloosa and 9th straight victory over Alabama, the LSU Tigers have hit another gear during SEC competition. The Bayou Bengals have recorded season highs the last 2 weeks in all 4 disciplines, including a 49-4 on beam and vault at Bama. The Tigers remain ranked in the nation's top 5 as they have the last 6 years running and look to continue trending upwards.
I think the confidence has just come with just being out there competing. Of course, the first few meets are usually a bit shaky, not used to the environment, standing in front of how many people we get in the PMAC or on an away meet. The past 2 meets we've definitely upped our game and the confidence is there, in not just in our gymnastics but mentally. And it's nice to see that we're finally on the rise to what we want to accomplish this season.
I'm really proud of how our team did on Friday. I thought it was a huge win that we needed on the road just to boost our confidence going in for the rest of the season.
LSU has scored a 197-450 or better in their last 2 competitions and have gotten incredible contributions from their all-arounders as well as their specialists. Now a junior, Ruby Harold has stepped up her production and is competing in 3 events each meet.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to contribute to the team, not just on bars and vault, but also floor as well this year. I mean, whether you're in an event or not, you're always on the sidelines, you're always cheering along, you're always an active member of that routine that's going on at that time, but it's really nice to be able to contribute in a different aspect.
We talk about that there are different leaders on the team. You know, there's a vocal leader, there's a leader that leads by actions, and honestly, Ruby does both. I'm so proud of Ruby. I think she's come a long way from freshman year, coming straight off from the Olympics. She's learned so much, and I've learned so much from her, and I'm excited to see where she goes.
Sarah Finnegan unveiled a stunning 995 floor routine on the road against Alabama and picked up another 3 event titles. The reigning SEC Gymnast of the Year has won 12 titles to start 2019, but is quick to share credit with her teammates for LSU's success.
We still have a pretty young team. Half our team makes up the entire sophomore class, but a lot of them have stepped up, and we've asked them to step up. Just, you know, in the gym, working on those routines just so that we can have the depth that we want, because going into postseason or even later on in regular season, that's very important for us to be able to switch up the lineup, you know, to rest some people, to try some new things. But I'm really proud of how they have stepped up, and they've really grabbed an inner confidence in themselves.
All-American Kennedy Edney is LSU's second all-around performer and is averaging over a 9.90 on bars in her junior season. Edney, along with Harold and the senior class, are constantly reminding the team about the process it takes to build a champion.
Jay and Dee Dee always talk about not being result-orientated, staying in the process, staying with what we know, doing our gymnastics, staying mentally in between the ears. So it's not a case of, oh, we need to win this, we need to do this. It's do your gymnastics. If the outcome is great, great. If it's not, we'll work on it for next time.
Reporting for Inside LSU Gymnastics, I'm Garrett Walker.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in-store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
You guys ready?
This is the Nelson family.
Wi-Fi's good.
And their panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
Connected here.
They're helping us demonstrate the speed and coverage of its super fast signal.
Here it comes!
It covers every device and every inch of their home.
He's coming back up!
And with extenders, every room is connected. Cover every corner of your home with super fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
At Dudley DeBosier, we're proud to serve Tiger Nation as the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics.
To us, that means when one of you gets knocked down, we're there to pick you up.
And hopefully, we're making Louisiana a little safer in the process.
We take pride in fighting for our fellow Tiger fans.
It's a great responsibility, but even a greater honor. Demand Dudley DeBosier, the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
The 2019 SEC Gymnastics Championship is headed to New Orleans, Louisiana on Saturday, March 23rd, where the elite student athletes in the country will compete for the SEC Gymnastics Championship title. We'll see you in the Big Easy at Smoothie King Center on March 23rd. For more information and to purchase your tickets, visit secsports.com. SEC Gymnastics, it just means more.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Dow. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers!
Welcome back inside LSU Gymnastics. Along with head coach Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith, and it's time for our Assurance Financial Look Ahead. Assurance Financial, lending the way home buyers prefer it. Dee, our Friday nights are running thin on our schedule, especially in the month of February. On Friday night against NC State, our final Friday night meet of the month, but not our final home meet of the month. But it's something that for the Tigers, I know we always get excited, a little extra for those Friday night heights, as they call it.
Well, and this Friday night, NC State's going to be a 7:30 first vault. So we want everybody in the stands by 7:10, 7:15, because the lights go out, and we want everybody to be able to participate in the big opening ceremony.
And it is revered, and all of collegiate gymnastics folks all around the country are abuzz.
Second to none.
That's exactly right. Second to none. A couple of things that you're going to be looking for in the lineups on Friday night. I know you're looking to get more out of Kennedy Edney, as we talked about, and more out of Ruby Harold as well.
You know, those two have been remarkable, but you know, the Sarah Finnegan effect that we feel every week is amazing. Lexi Priestman being sick all last week, we're hoping we can get her in multiple events this week. Sarah Edwards, we held her out, trying to get her knee calmed down a little bit, get those kids back in the lineup, but now we know where we are with some of the other kids that haven't had a lot of competitive experience, and we're excited about Bailey. Having had her in the lineup on vaulting, it shows that we've got that other 10-0 vault coming.
Boy, there's so much for the Tiger fans to be excited about inside the Maravich Center. You're going to want to go to lsutix.net and grab what tickets remain. And I'll tell you, you will absolutely have a blast. If you've never been before, as Dee likes to say, it's cheaper than a movie. And but we'll look forward to having all the highlights of North Carolina State, and then a look ahead and a peek around the corner as the Tigers go back to SEC action in a couple of weeks, and we'll have all of that for you as well. So for head coach Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith. Thank you so much for joining us again this week inside LSU Gymnastics.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro has been brought to you by Women's Hospital. When experience matters, choose Women's Hospital. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers! And by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it. Call David today to get pre-approved. 225-921-8152. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Television Network. The LSU Sports Television Network is a division of LSU Sports Properties.
Congratulations to the LSU Tigers, the SEC regular season champs.